And welcome back to the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. I'm Mark Ramone, joined today by Ace House Thor and Mistress Miriam. You just you just heard Tether by Alex Lopez. Before that, Alaska by New Haven band Carbon Based. And we started off with Hum and the Glow, Cinema Stare. Nothing like you two. I was thinking Hum and Rattle and Hum maybe, but no.
Hum and the Glow.
Yeah. Cinema Stare is also a New Haven band. They sort of remind me a bit of mid to late Blink-182.
Oh.
A little bit in that camp. They also cite influences from bands like Death Cab for Cutie and Jimmy Eat World, and I definitely hear that.
I totally hear
brilliant
that.
stuff.
I totally hear that. When I listen to them, I'm like, oh my God, it's like Death Cab for Cutie.
Oh,
And you see,
yeah, exactly.
I was right.
Yeah, that's exactly the sort of thing.
Once again.
It fits right in that camp.
Once again. Alaska, though, I mean, to continue with this, has a very, very similar sound, the carbon bass, as Cinema Stare. I mean,
it's a similar vibe. It's a similar style, but I think they take it into a slightly darker direction. Because Cinema Stare is a very bright band. They're very upbeat, very, very almost sharp in their tone. Alaska is a little more grungy. It's a little crunchier, which I think is a really interesting change. Sort of gloomier, slower lyrics. It's a cool vibe.
I like gloomy and slow. It's nice on a Thursday night. And speaking of like dark and Alex Lopez, that is very dark.
Very gloomy. It's right
From
there in
Fitchburg,
that sort of,
Massachusetts.
Yeah, Fitchburg band. Reminds me right there in that Breaking Benjamin sound. Almost. It's very dark, very grungy, almost metal, adjacent to metal in its approach. And that makes it very clever. I also think this song is very cleverly orchestrated, like each guitar and each line has its own very specific place, which is really impressive.
I think it's very impressive. I feel like it's so moody.
Yeah.
So what do you have next?
Crystallize it. What do we have next? Okay, so we're going from this pop punk scene into electronic music with stuff from Homebody, with stuff from Glass Goddess, but we're going to be starting things off with the new single from Bad Rat, with a question mark after it. Keep that in mind. Here's their new single, Paper Planes.